Pwede ka na po magsimula, Congressman Mike Defensor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Gusto ko lang pong, Mr. Chairman, sa ating pong mga kasama, sa ating pong mga guest, Mr. Ricardo Tan, napanood niyo po ba yung, kasi marami na hong mga detalye na napag-usapan tungkol dito, napakatikin na lang issue na to. Siguro ho, isa po to sa makukumpara sa pinakamahirap ng issue ng ABS-CBN, katumbas marahil ng yung issue ng PDR. Pero napanood niyo po ba yung tao na binibigyan ng social amelioration program ng pera ng gobyerno tapos isinoli niya? Sabi niya hindi niya kailangan. Napanood niyo po ba yun?
No,
Sa
Your
Channel
Honor.
2 din po yun, lumabas sa news.
I haven't seen it.
Baka Netflix po yung napapanood nyo, Mr. Chairman. But may I ask, yung mga kasama niyo po yun, nakita niyo pa ba yun? Yung inyong news na may binibigyan na social amelioration program, pero hindi tinanggap? Yes, can I, Mr. Serrado?
Yes, Your Honor. I think it was covered by our news program.
Yes. Alam niyo po, yung taong yun, legal yung kanyang pagtanggap ng pera. Pero hindi niya ho tinanggap dahil alam niyang hindi dapat. Ang sabi niya, ibigay niyo yung perang yan dun sa mas nangangailangan dahil kaya ko pa. In the same manner, ito pong issue natin ay parang ganito. Legal, wala ho kayong kaso, sabi ni BIR, sabi ni PESA, at ng mga ehensya. Pero nakikita natin na mayroong problema. Kagabi ho, pinakinggan ko si Congressman Barsaga. Ang sinabi niyo sa Senado at inilabas niya dito ho sa Kongreso, ang kinlim niyo from 2016 to 2019. Pa nga, ang nakalagay doon, pero sabi niyo nga, Mr. Tan is 2018, but whatever. Nasa 14 billion pesos ang binayaran niyong taxes. Tama po ba? Yung pinalabas na video kagabi.
Yes, Your Honor. That's correct.
Nung tanungin kayo, yung pala ho bayad na mga empleyado niyo sa withholding tax. Yung po ay bayad sa expanded VAT. Tama po ba?
Your Honor, that figure came out during the Senate hearings. Then those taxes would also cease to be paid because the employees would no longer be employed.
Tama po. At iisa-isahin ko po yung binanggit nyo, pinanood ko lang po ito kagabi, income tax, sweldo ng inyong mga manggagawa. Sweldo ng mga nagtatrabaho sa ABS-CBN. Sweldo nyo po, kayong mga nandito. Value-added tax, withholding tax on compensation, expanded withholding tax, final withholding tax, real estate tax. Sa VAT po, pagbibenta ninyo ng mga programa. Pero ang bulto po ng 14 billion ay sweldo ng mga tao. Yung tax sa sweldo ng mga tao. Tama po ba?
Tama po.
Alam mo, Mr. Tan, you studied abroad. Alam niyo po yung ibig sabihin ng nabudol-budol. Hindi ho. Dito sa nangyayari, doon sa pinapakita, parang nabudol-budol ang Republika. Ang ibig sabihin, and I will ask you, in 2016, ang binayaran nyo lang pong income tax is 892 million. Tama po ba?
For ABS Corporation, 2016, it's about 758 million.
Teka, nagkamali ata ako because I'm looking at, parent company. Is that, this is what, ABS-CBN?
Yes, Your Honor.
Batay sa submission ninyo, it's 892 million. 2017, 421 million.
Yeah. Nice.
Sige po, kukunin ko na lang yung figures nyo nandyan, pero ito po yung galing sa inyong submission. Magkano ang binayaran yung tax on 2016?
Your Honor, I believe you're looking at the provision for income tax line, which does not...
Okay, so what would be the 2016 income tax paid to the government?
If I may answer, Your Honor.
Go ahead, Mr.
I
Serrano.
think you were referring po to the income tax and balance of the creditable withholding tax. So nung pong 2016, para po sa ABS-CBN, the income tax paid po was 757,601,712.
Thank you po. 2017,
Yung 2017 po, the income tax paid po is 195,805,184.
195 million po.
Opo, pero meron lang po kaming binayaran na yung tinatawag na creditable withholding tax that withheld by our customers in advance, amounting to 294,106,051.
So parang nangyari po dito because
$89 million.
Okay,
So
sige.
in-apply ko na po yung
Opo.
tax payment.
Sige po. Tapos so 2018,
Noong 2018 naman po, 163,955,793. Yun naman pong balance of the creditable withholding tax is 312,084,977.
yung creditable withholding tax po is ano po to? Saan ang galing?
Ito nga po yung CBIR po ensures that all large taxpayers pay taxes kahit po hindi kumita or kumita.
Okay.
$431,382.
Fair
Yun
po
po,
ba,
sir.
Mr. Senado, na sabihin kung tanggalin na natin yung creditable withholding tax because anyway, yan naman po yung namamenos nyo doon sa mga binabayaran nyo sa future payment. Kung i-add ko po ito lahat, siguro po more or less nasa 1.4 billion pesos. More or less. Hindi ko na po i-eksaktuhin.
Tama po. Tama.
Okay. Ang sabi po ninyo, 14 billion, pero ang total nyong binayaran is 1.4 billion for 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019.
Tama po yan.
Okay. Alam niyo po, ang galit ng madami, o hindi naman galit, sabihin na natin ang pinagtataka ng marami, kasi po yung GMA 7, 2018 lang po, ang binayaran niyang taxes is 1.4 billion. Yung pong 2018, ang binayaran niyang taxes is 928 million. Income tax po to Income tax. Ikayo po, 4 na taon, 1.4 billion. Kaya po, marami nagtatanong dito sa Big Dipper, paano nangyari na mas malaki ang ABS-CBN, mas malawak ang sakop ng ABS-CBN, mas maliit ang binapasok na taxes niya. Kaya po pumapasok yung pagtatanong tungkol doon sa Big Dipper. Kasi gusto lang makita paano naitago to. Ngayon sabi ko kanina ng mga tao doon sa PESA, lahat, may mga problema. Ito, tatanungin ko na lang po sa inyo, yung pong creative programs, ito po bang Big Dipper ay nasa distribution? O digital lang po siya at saka yung repurposing?
It's not in the business of distribution. It's in the business po of digital archiving and repurposing po. And reformatting.
Reformatting. So parang service siya.
Service po.
Apo. So pag may binigay kayo sa kanilang mga pelikula, programa, aayusin po nila yon.
If
Okay.
I can give you po an example, para lang
sige
po
po.
mas maganda po. When you watch po television sa Pilipinas, you see po our programs na nakahati-hati with commercials. So yan po yung gagamitin for outside. So they'll have to stitch it back in the TV format, and then lilinisin po yan, depende po sa saan siyang pupuntuhan na bansa. Halimbawa, if it's going to the Middle East, there are certain restrictions po as to what can be shown on television. That has to be cleaned up in order for it to be aired. And after that po, it can be subtitled in the language or what do you call this? Dubbed in the same language. And then, iba pa rin po yung format from TV to mobile to ano. Yun po yung, and then archived po siya in digital so that you can actually draw it or get it at real time.
Opo. Almost every year, ang binabayad niyo po dito sa mga ganitong trabaho is 3 billion. Tama po ba? More or less, 3 billion pesos.
Yung from ABS-CBN Corp po, it's about 838 million.
I-combine na po natin kasi meron po kayong, tinanong na po ito kanina, mayroong creative programs, ABS-CBN Film Productions, Sari Manok. So, meron pong ganyan.
It's correct, Your Honor. It's about
So,
2.6.
makes 2.6 billion. Kasi ang pagkakalam ko, wala naman si GMA ng ganitong klaseng kumpanya, pero nagagawa nila ng mas mura. Of course, you argued earlier that, it's market price. But all I'm saying is, nagagawa po nila ng mura. Dito po sa inyo, 2.6 billion ang binabayad din nyo sa kumpanyang to.
Your Honor, that's precisely one of the big differences between ABS-CBN and GMA, although I don't really want to make
Yeah,
comparisons,
of course.
but we have a very strong international presence, Your Honor, and the Filipino channel, as you may know, is watched by millions of Filipinos. No? I think
No,
we
ang,
have...
Mr. Tan, di ba, this is parang service is that skill. So, you're saying this is better quality.
Your Honor, what I'm saying is Big Dipper provides a service that enables the content to be played abroad in different formats, in different countries, in different languages, in
Yes, okay, I
different
understand.
platforms.
Kumbaga hindi lang basta pagandahin, merong pang trabahong dagdag, dubbing, iba-ibang pag-aayos, may mga rules sa ibang bansa. So anyway, Mr. Chairman, if we can request GMA7 to provide us data also on their repurposing and digitalization, Mr. Chairman, if I may request you.
The committee secretary is directed to comply.
Ngayon, ito pong ABS-CBN Global, siya po yung nasa Cayman, nasa ibang bansa. Siya po yung nagbibigay ng mga distribution ng inyong international setup. Tama po ba?
It's a holding company for our distribution companies in the Middle East and Europe.
Okay. So, pag ginawa na po ni Big Dipper, tinapos niya na yung kailangan na gawin in terms of technical, ito po bang ABS-CBN ang nagbebenta o may local company pa ba kayong ibang nagbebenta? Or wala pong bentahan?
Sorry, can you repeat that, Your
No.
Honor?
Okay. Because, di ba, you have it technically perfected in Big Dipper. So once you have the product, who sells the product? Is it ABS-CBN Holdings, ABS-CBN Corporation, or is there any other company doing a distribution in the international market?
There is a licensing agreement between ABS-CBN Global Hungary and the various other companies in different regions. And they, in turn, forge deals with companies in their, in the region that then are able to distribute the content. So, for example, in the United States, if you have a cable subscription to, I'll just say a cable TV operator, the TFC would be an option for a subscriber, and they would pay the cable operator, and we would take a revenue share.
If I am in the US, I will be talking with ABS-CBN Global. Is that correct? If I am in the Middle East, I would be talking with ABS-CBN Hungary.
If I may answer po, if you're in the US, let's say you're like Direct TV in the US, which is a cable.
Yung business model. Di ba ho? Meron kayong produkto dito. Lagay na natin ang probinsyano. Ito po ba binibenta ninyo sa ABS-CBN Global o binibigay nyo lang po sa kanya to distribute?
Ito po ay pinaghahatian po ng ABS-CBN Hungary at ng ABS-CBN Corporation ang pag-produce po ng content na ito. At in exchange po, si ABS-CBN Corporation gets the Philippine exploitation rights, while ABS-CBN Hungary gets the international exploitation rights, which then allows them to distribute it via the different companies that we have to establish in different countries po.
Mr. Serrado, papasimplihan ko para kasi medyo komplikado ng kaunti. Ang probinsyano, ibabato ko na po sa international. So si Hungary ang kukuha. Kaming dalawa ni ABS-CBN magka-partner. Binibenta ko sa kanya ng 100 o hindi? O ano po, lisensya ba? Paano po?
Yun po yung sinatawag ko na naghahati po sila sa production. So para pong negative licensing ang tawag.
Okay.
So yun po ay para po nag-equalize din po sila ng profit based on the revenue. So
Okay.
yun po yan.
So kumikita po si Hungary, kumikita si lokal.
Si local po,
Si ABS-CBN.
kumikita from exploitation in the Philippines. Si Hungary po would earn from exploitation outside of the Philippines.
So kung ang bayad po 1,000,000, si lokal 500,000, si Hungary 500,000.
Hindi po siya ganun ka-equal kasi po depende po sa revenue na ma-generate.
Okay.
At mas malaki po ang revenue na na-generate sa Pilipinas.
Okay. Sige po. So, eto ho, medyo nakikita ko na yung buong picture. Ang nangyari po dito sa ating kay ABS-CBN, meron po tayong mga licensing agreement sa ibang bansa na kung saan iba ang tax setup nila. Ang ibig ko po sabihin, kung si ABS-CBN lang ang direktang magbebenta sa ibang bansa ng 100 piso, kita niya yon at itatax siya ng 100 piso. Pero dahil may partnership ako sa ibang bansa, yung 100 piso na yon, ang kinita ko lang 50, 30, 40. Yun lang ang pwedeng itax sa akin. At yung kita doon sa ibang bansa, maiiwan po ang kita sa ibang bansa. Yan po ang simpleng litrato na mga pangyayaring ito. May gusto po bang sumagot? Opo, attorney.
Your Honor, while it is true that ABS-CBN could have distributed the content through a branch located in a foreign jurisdiction, then that income would have been reported in the head office, which is the ABS-CBN in the Philippines. Okay,
Tama po.
but since that income is also taxable in the country of source, then any taxes paid in that foreign jurisdiction can now be claimed as a tax credit in the Philippines, Your Honor. So in a sense, Your Honor, under our tax code, in a sense, it adopts a policy of tax neutrality, Your Honor.
Tama po,
So-
attorney. Attorney, ilinaw ko lang po, no? Kaya nga po sinasabi ko sa inyo, wala naman kayong ginagawang mali. Wala
Yeah.
kayong ginagawang mali. Ang katotohanan, ang gagaling po ninyo. Ang galing po talaga. Kasi kung ako po yung may kumpanya kasi laki ng ABS-CBN, kukunin ko rin po kayong abogado at accounting. Kasi maayos natin ng gusto yung aking setup and I could minimize the cost that I want for the company. Pero ang pinapakita ko po sa atin, sa taong bayan, yung setup. Kasi napansin ko ho, pasok sila ng pasok sa Big Dipper, pero medyo may mukhang mali eh. Isipin nyo 14 billion ang inyong kiniklaim na taxes, and yet ang binayaran nyo lang talaga is 1.4 billion. Yung bulk ng 14 billion, pera na manggagawa. Ngayon, tinitingnan natin ngayon yung saan na pupunta yung pagbabayad ng taxes. Kaya po, ang tanong ko lang ho is yung model.
Kaya gusto namin ipaliwanag, Your Honor, na halimbawa between ABS-CBN and Big Dipper, Your Honor, kasi may allegation na generate yung Big Dipper as a form of
Sinabing,
tax
Your
evasion, Your Honor. What I'm saying, Your Honor, if I may be allowed to explain, Your Honor,
Go ahead.
that even if Big Dipper was not created and ABS-CBN pursued yung digitizing and reformatting of the content, Your Honor, because of the PESA law, Your Honor, that activity, ABS-CBN could have also applied for the registration of that activity with PESA, Your Honor. And
Attorney-
therefore, it could have also qualified qualified for the tax incentives provided by PESA, Your Honor. In other words,
Attorney Calag.
even without Big Dipper, ABS-CBN, after qualifying for PESA registration, would now be subjected to two tax regimes. 30% regular income taxes under the tax code for its unregistered activities, and the tax incentives provided under the PESA law for its registered activities, Your Honor. So in other words, the tax impact to the tax authorities would still be the same, Your Honor.
Attorney Carag, ang unang punto ko po kasi hindi Big Dipper.
No,
Kaya nga, nililinaw ko po muna sa inyo, tama po ba yung model ko na sinasabi ko dahil may mga distribution companies all over the world, therefore ang income ng ABS-CBN Corporation ay hindi lamang dito, kundi doon sa satellite companies abroad.
Tama
Yun
po.
lang naman. O, tama po.
Tama po.
So because there are satellite companies abroad, yung tax regime kung saan ang inyong kumpanya, doon siya dapat magbayad.
Opo.
At dahil po ngayon, dahil sa nangyaring yun, siyempre, pagdating sa Cayman Islands, 0% tax. Pagdating po sa Luxembourg, 2% tax. Statement of fact, yun lang naman po nangyari.
Po.
Ngayon, sinabi nyo,
Pero yung
Big
operating
Dipper, yung Big Dipper, hindi naman to pagtatago. Ngayon, ito na, maganda na, attorney, pasukan na natin yung Big Dipper ng kaunti. Pero hindi po ako masyadong dahil na medyo nakita ko na ko yung buong setup. Yung pong Big Dipper, nung pong 2017, kumita po siya ng pera sa Hungary sa service revenues ng 1.4 billion. Kumita po siya sa ABS, kasi may 50% kayo kaya kailangan nyo talaga ng digitalization ng lokal because 50% of what Big Dipper is doing is also servicing your local company. Meron po kayong 838 million na binayaran, na kinita si Big Dipper. Yung pong Creative Programs Incorporated, yung ABS-CBN Film Productions, SNN at ANC, kumita po sa service revenues ng 468 million. Tama po ba?
That's correct.
Isang taon lang po to, 2017.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Tama po. Ang binayaran nyo po na income tax based on the 5%. And because of the cost of services and expenses, 30 million lang po. 2017 po to. Big Dipper po not ABS. Big Dipper. 30 million.
I have to check that figure, Your Honor.
Okay,
What I
thank
have
you.
is 119 million for 2018.
2017, sir. Mr. Tan, 2017 po. Anyway po, while you're checking, Mr. Tan, nag-cash dividends po kayo, cash dividends of 2.5 billion pesos.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
Can I just answer?
Ano?
Your Honor, 2017, income tax paid by Big Dipper was 120 million.
Income tax was 120 million. 2017. Minus na hulapat to deductible cost of services and expenses. Kasi ang nasa akin po 30 million.
For 2017, Your Honor,
Opo, 2017
the
po.
correct figure is 120.131 million. Yun po yung binayad in terms of income tax ng Big Dipper.
Minus everything na po. Okay. Minus all the cost and expenditures.
Those are the taxes that were remitted to the government.
Okay, thank you. Yung cash dividends po was 2.5 billion. 2017 lang po, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Ngayon, gusto ko lang pong ipaliwanag. Ito pong Big Dipper kumpanya ninyo. Dahil lahat po ng mga kumpanya ninyo nagpapagawa sa kanya. Yung bayad nyo po dyan, kita mo rin. Kasi kumpanya mo rin naman yun in terms of the ABS-CBN family and the Lopez Inc. Corporation. So, ito pong kita nito ni Big Dipper, binigay nyo naman ngayon sa ABS-CBN Holdings. ABS-CBN. Ito po, hindi natatax. 2.5 billion of cash dividends na hindi pwedeng i-tax under the law. Yes, Mr. Tan. O Mr. Serrado.
If I can just po expound on what Attorney Carag said.
Hindi, sir.
If I can just put lang po
Sir,
a premise.
ayun lang po, di ba? Si Big Dipper, nagre-remit siya kanino ng cash dividends?
Big Dipper remits cash dividends to ABS-CBN Corporation
Okay,
because
so
it's intra-company
2.5
po.
billion na binigay niya dito na cash dividends, hindi po siya na-tax. Tama po ba?
But it's not subject to tax po because yung intercompany tax.
Domestic corporation.
Domestic corporation.
Opo. So yan po yung isa sa mga problema na sinasabi ko, because if that income was ABS-CBN Corporation income, that would have been taxed. But because that money went to Big Dipper and Big Dipper gave cash dividends to ABS-CBN Corporation, there is no tax.
If may I be allowed to make a comment on that statement, Your Honor?
Sige po.
Okay, Your Honor, kung gaya ng sinabi ko, kung ang ABS-CBN ang nag-pursue ng kanyang business abroad, Your Honor, no? And then it could have also located in a special economic zone, and it would have been able to avail itself of the tax incentives, just the income tax rate 5%,
Attorney
Your
Garrett,
Honor.
if ABS-CBN established the same type of company in a different country, sabi
No,
niyo
no,
po,
what I'm saying, Your Honor, is that ABS-CBN does not need to create Big Dipper in order to register its activities in the ecozone, Your Honor.
pwede po siya magtayo
No.
ng Big Dipper kahit
No.
hindi sa ecozone.
Meaning the business can be pursued as a unit in the ABS-CBN Corporation, Your Honor.
Okay. Sige
So in
po.
other words, that particular activity can be registered under PESA, Your Honor. And after approval, it can now avail of the tax incentives. So in other words, it would, ABS-CBN...
Attorney Garrett, I'm sorry, I don't get your point. Whether I'm in Makati and I register it at PESA,
No.
or I go to Cavite and I register it at PESA, it's still PESA. What we're talking about is the concept of PESA, not where it is located.
But the PESA, the incentives that ABS-CBN availed of is incentives granted by the PESA law, Your Honor.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so because it was able to avail of that, what I'm saying is, Your Honor, even if Big Dipper was not created and no revenues flowed to Big Dipper, if ABS-CBN pursued the business by itself, okay,
If
then
you have the building in Mother Ignacia and one of the buildings is PESA registered, you can do it the same without Big Dipper.
no, in other words, under the present scenario, Your Honor, there are two entities, ABS-CBN Corp and Big Dipper. But it's possible to have just one entity to register in the ecozone, Your Honor. But there would be unregistered activities and registered activities, and only the registered activities would be entitled to the tax incentives. Now, if all the revenues of this digitizing business would now go to ABS-CBN Corporation, then there would be no need for ABS-CBN Corporation to declare dividends to itself. Therefore, it's still being able to avoid the dividends tax, Your Honor. In other words, whether there are two...
Attorney Garrett, I think, I think you're trying to justify what's happening when I'm not even saying it's illegal. I'm not even saying it's illegal. Ang sinasabi mo sa akin ngayon, kahit na ginawa niya yun sa, kunyari gumawa lang siyang bureau, nag-digitalize sila, tama, in-enroll niya sa PESA, yung kita naman din noon, pupunta rin naman kay ABS-CBN.
If I may clarify, sir, if it's okay.
Pare-pareho naman tayong Pilipino, ba't hindi tayo nagkakaintindi?
So, ganito lang po yung gustong. When this was registered in 2009 po, what was registered with PESA was the activity, hindi naman po yung entity talaga. So, it's the activity. So, during that time, ang PESA po, I don't know now, will give the company an option whether you do it as a division in ABS-CBN or you do it as a separate company. What Attorney Carag was saying was, if it was made a division within ABS-CBN, those activities would have enjoyed the same tax benefits po. It would have enjoyed the income tax holiday and also the 5% tax.
May diferensya.
However po, it's administrative nightmare.
No,
Kasi-
it's not.
kasi-
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Kasi po,
No, Attorney,
magkakaroon po siya
before you
ng-
continue, sagutin niyo lang po ako. Yung kinita dito kay Big Dipper, ginawa sa inyong cash dividends, wala kayong tax. Kung ito po ay division ng ABS-CBN at itong income na to ay ABS-CBN, meron kayong tax. Yes, Attorney Garrett.
None, Your Honor, because the income generated by ABS-CBN from its registered activities would still be subject to 5%. Now, since the revenues are already with ABS-CBN, it need not declare dividends to itself
Yes, exactly. But that would be subject to income tax.
at 5%, Your Honor.
What 5%? It's already with the company, with the mother corporation, ABS-CBN.
No,
Chairman
because-
Mike Defensor,
because the
excuse me,
income-
Attorney Carag, ang naiintindihan ko po sa sinasabi nila, in layman's term, pinayagan sila ng PESA na i-register yung activity, hindi yung business. Kaya yung activity na mag-e-export ka, ay talagang magbabayad lang sila ng 5%. Tama po ba? Iyon po yun, Congressman Mike Defensor.
Ang binabanggit po ni Attorney Carag, kung sa ABS-CBN naman to ginawa at niregister namin sa PESA, 5% pa lang din ang tax namin. Oo. Pero ang sinasabi nga, pero kung sa ABS-CBN yan, yung 2.5 billion na yon nakita, di ba? Will be subjected to income tax. Ito pong nangyari because nagkaroon ng Big Dipper, dineclare niyang cash dividends at binigay sa ABS-CBN, hindi na po siya na-subject sa tax.
Hearing suspended.
Tama ba, Attorney?
It would have, sir, sorry.
Mr. Chairman,
Hearing resumed.
yes. Mr. Chairman, Attorney Carag and I were discussing about the points raised. And ang pinupunto niya, and if I may put it on record, sinasabi niya, once na-register namin yan, and pumasok na yan, hindi na kami pwedeng i-tax ulit sa income tax. Tama po ba, Attorney Carag? So just to make it clear.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And then I was asking him, and maybe we have to put it on record, bakit hindi niyo po ginawa yung ganun?
We could have opted for that, Your Honor, but because there would be difficulties in financial and tax accounting in terms of allocating the cost between the registered activities and unregistered activities, it would be just easier to just put up another company to locate in the ecozone and to register that activity under the PESA rules, Your Honor. So
Meaning
it
to
was
say-
more for administrative convenience, Your Honor.
Meaning to say, baka po pagka ipinasok niyan, just as I was confused earlier, magka-problema kayo sa pagbabayad ng tax.
Hindi naman, Your Honor. Hindi naman.
Eh, hindi naman pala, ba't di niyo po ginawa? Eh, kasi nga, kahit ako,
Wait,
nako-confused
it's-
kanina.
No, it's an option given to us under the law, Your Honor.
No, I agree. Tinanong ko nga
We-
kayo, ba't hindi niyo ginawa? Ang sabi
Yes.
niyo,
That's why, Your Honor, the choice of business structure is a prerogative given to businesses, Your Honor. They could pursue businesses with just using one corporation. They could put up branches, or they can put up subsidiaries, Your Honor.
yes, but Mr. Chairman, I do not agree with the point of Mr. Carag because I think if that was within ABS-CBN Corporation, mahirapan po talaga kayo, even maybe in the registration of that company. But by going to PESA and setting it up there, then that would have eased your situation and the payment of taxes in the future. And I will go to the next point now, Mr. Attorney Carag. Yung pong Hungary nyo, nagbabayad sa inyo ng ang ABS po ang biggest domestic corporation ninyo na nagbabayad sa Big Dipper.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And dito po sa non-resident foreign corporation, ang nagbabayad po ay ang Hungary. Tama po ba?
That's correct, Your Honor.
So, nagbabayad si Hungary kay Big Dipper at si Big Dipper po naman nagbabayad ng maliit na tax sa Hungary. Tama po ba?
Could you repeat the last question? I'm sorry.
Yung pong si Hungary nagbabayad ng maliit na tax, approximately
9%.
how much?
They pay 9%, which is basically the taxes that are required in that jurisdiction.
9%.
Yeah, whether it's 9 or 15, I don't think they're depriving the Philippine government of any taxes because they pay the taxes overseas.
Opo. So nagbabayad po siya ng 9 to 15%. Tapos po, si Big Dipper nagbabayad ng cash dividends to ABS-CBN.
So Big Dipper pays its own taxes and then it declares dividends, yes.
Opo.
But it
Tax-free
does
po
pay the
yun.
tax.
Tax-free.
The intercompany dividends are tax-free as it is for all.
Yes, for all. I'm not
yes.
saying just for ABS-CBN, for all. So si ABS ang may-ari ng Big Dipper.
Yes, Your Honor.
Si ABS ang may-ari ng Hungary.
That's correct, Your Honor.
At yung pong kita kay Hungary ay maliit ang tax na binabayaran din ni ABS-CBN.
Hungary pays, I'm not sure I understand the question. Hungary pays, ABS-CBN Global Hungary pays the appropriate taxes in Hungary to the Hungarian government. ABS-CBN Corporation pays the appropriate taxes here in the Philippines to the Philippine government. And Big Dipper Digital Content and Design, Your Honor, pays the 5%. So each of the companies pay the proper taxes as required by the BIR.
Yes. So what I'm saying is, it's really a clever setup. You own Hungary. And this is why, Attorney Carrick, I think one of the reasons why magulo din pagka nilagay nyo to sa inyong lugar, sa inyong division, meron kayong Hungary, meron kayong Big Dipper, may kita rin siya dito, parehong pag-aari ni ABS-CBN Corporation, and then based dun sa modelong sinetap nyo, you pay the minimum tax. as set up. As a matter of fact, wala naman po akong sinasabing may mali.
Yeah, Your Honor, I don't know if we'd characterize it as a setup in that sense. We have our structure overseas that allows us to operate efficiently, to allow us to be competitive in the international market. We are a multinational company that competes with many other companies, and it's our job as senior management to look for efficient structures. But as I mentioned earlier, taxes is just one factor that we consider. We consider many other factors depending on the nature of the business and depending on where we're particularly located.
Yes, for the record, Mr. Chairman, Hungary and Luxembourg, as well as Cayman Islands, the payment for tax rates are 7.5% and 2.2%. In the case of PESA, 5%. So from a regime of 30%, if this was all centered in ABS-CBN Corporation, kung wala po kayong mga opisina sa labas ng bansa na doon nyo pinapasok yung pagdidistribute, kung hindi po kayo na-register sa PESA, ang binabayaran nyo po ay 30% of your corporate income tax. Tama po ba?
Your Honor, you've described a hypothetical situation. We established and built Big Dipper up to what it is today. It's able to provide the service. It's a unique service. We don't know of any other Filipino company that can offer the range and scope of services that Big Dipper does. So it's also possible, without Big Dipper, that we would have to engage the services of foreign firms, and there would be no Filipino employment for Big Dipper today. There would be no foreign exchange inflows because we would have to find foreign companies that would do these services.
Sir Tan, if you do that, what if you do it abroad? Di ba mas mahal ang cost? At least kung may local kayo, because Big Dipper services your local production, 50%. Mas mahal po kayo pag i-abroad nyo pa itong mga to. It would have been cheaper option to really set up your own digital and repurposing company in the Philippines.
Your Honor, I think you were talking about foregone revenues or foregone taxes. So,
no, I'm saying, sabi mo, if we don't have Big Dipper, we would use companies in other countries.
I said it's a possibility that we would, because the skill set and the technology does not exist here. So when we look for comparable companies, I don't know, I mean there may be, but I don't know of any company here in the Philippines that's able to do what Big Dipper does. And as we mentioned earlier, siya lang po ang accredited by iTunes of Apple. And I think we're trying to get accreditation from other companies like Amazon. No?
GMA is not supplying iTunes and Apple and other foreign
I'm not aware,
platforms?
Your Honor, of GMA's activities in this market.
I understand that they also have such presence in those platforms. But anyway, we will be asking the committee secretary to give us a report on that, or the documents from the GMA7.
Your Honor, just to clarify, what I meant to say was, Big Dipper is accredited by iTunes. Yung trabaho po na ginagawa ng Big Dipper is accepted by iTunes. They don't just accept any company to do the kind of work before it's playable on iTunes.
Yes, Mr. Chan. Attorney Garag, you want to say something?
Yes, Your Honor, we should distinguish the revenue derived by Big Dipper from the revenues derived by Hungary and ABS-CBN, Your Honor. So the revenue derived by Big Dipper is the digitizing services, Your Honor, whereas Hungary and ABS-CBN is on the distribution of that IP content, Your Honor.
Agree, Attorney Garag. That is why part of the taxes that if there was no company would have been 100% in the Philippines. But since there's a company in Hungary, that is now divided between Hungary and the Philippines. Is that not correct, Attorney Garag?
Correct, Your Honor.
So,
but
opo.
Hungary is not just the place where the content is distributed, Your Honor. There are also companies located in high tax jurisdictions where taxes are also paid, Your Honor.
Yes, but you already said that the Hungary is your global distribution system, including the Cayman Islands for that Filipino channel.
Yes, Your Honor, but there are also countries where there are also income derived in other countries, Your Honor.
There is
Because we're distributing not in America and Europe, Your Honor. So income derived from those countries are also taxable in those countries, Your Honor.
Attorney,
So,
alam mo, Attorney Carrega, ayoko na pong hingin yung dokumento dyan dahil baka po tumagal pa tayo dito. Pero ang punto ko lang, pabalik ko po, kung wala po tayong Hungary office, Cayman Islands, wala po tayo Big Dipper. Kasi po sa Cayman Islands, 2.2%. Sa Hungary, 7.5%. Sa Big Dipper, 5%. Kung wala pong lahat ng yan, 30% of our corporate income tax would have been paid kung lahat na solo sa Pilipinas. Pero again, I'm not saying it's illegal. Wala po akong sinabing illegal and I support the statement of BIR. Of course, the PESA, I don't necessarily agree doon sa sinabi ni PESA. Pero syempre, nandyan na yan. You were able to register and it's legal. Kasi yung sinasabi ni Chairman, let's amend the PESA law. So, Mr. Chairman, yung nga po yung pinupunto ko, medyo yun lang po naman siguro yung naging problema sa ABS-CBN. Kasi syempre, ang ABS-CBN po, hindi lang naman isang station. May pagtingin po sa inyo. May pagkilala. So parang ang sinasabi, pag sinabing, kayo po mismo nung magsalita kayo in the service of the Filipino people, the thinking is, oh, we will pursue this. Even if it's a higher tax for the country, sige, tulong na lang kami. But I understand, from the point of business, you get the best lawyers, the best finance managers to lessen the cost. Ang sana nga lang, kung maaari po sana, in the future, baka pwede naman ho nating ayusin ng kaunti para naman yung bulk o malaking bulto, mapunta naman sa bansa. Kasi malaki na nga po yung binabayaran nyo, pero malaki din po kayong korporasyon. So, yun po yung aking kanina binabanggit dun sa budol-budol. Wala naman pong illegal, pero mukhang nabudol-budol lang naman po. So, I thank our ABS-CBN people, Mr. Lopez. Thank you for staying. Tayo lang po yung nandito, along with Congresswoman Castro and Congressman Zarate. Mr. Chairman, maraming salamat po. Again, our friends from ABS-CBN, thank you for staying with us. Salamat po.